Project is a coaching and consulting firm specializing in personal and leadership development for adult Black males, seeking to break the vicious cycle of missed potential so that they themselves transform their personal lives, their sense of leadership to their families, and their legacies that they want to leave for business and culture. We destroy this cycle on two fronts. We confront both the institution and the individual. We address the institution because, according to the statistics, Black males are under assault and are targeted for extinction in ways that their white counterparts are not. We are over-incarcerated and under-educated. There are systems in place, political systems, media systems, and religious systems that serve as intentional, or some say unintentional, barriers to the Black male's advancement. As a result, we work to raise public awareness about issues confronting Black males, promote healthy and positive images about Black males, curate spaces to share information and resources about programs, services, and support for Black males, support knowledge creation and dissemination around these issues, and provide a forum for Black males to both speak and act for themselves. We address the individual Black male because we cannot avoid personal responsibility. We are now over-mothered and under-fathered. We make bad social choices, and we avoid responsibility for getting ourselves out from under the social plight that we face. We will develop the moral compass and character necessary to face the adverse realities that are faced in everyday life. We live by the premise that even that which is not our fault is still our responsibility. In 2019, we answered the call to transform the culture one man at a time. Our society, our families, and men in particular, are in a state of crisis. And the goal of the Remand Project is to curate the largest, strongest, and dopest community of Black males in the entire world. We then create awareness and action against the institutional and individual impediments that exist against the foundation of our culture and overall society, which is the Black male.
What's up, y'all? Good afternoon to y'all. I hope that everything is well. I hope that you are having a phenomenal day. Let's see here how we want it. There we go. That's how I want it. Just like that. Just like that. What's up, y'all? I'm Donald Morton, the Chief Visionary Officer of Remand. We help Black men dominate the game of business while at the same time not losing their wife and children, losing their wives, ignoring their children, and losing themselves in the process. Next to me is Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder, CEO of JNF Enterprises, and also Chief Operations Officer of Remand. Black man, good afternoon. It looks like your shirt says stoppable. Be unstoppable. Hashtag
yes, sir.
Unstoppable. What's up, man?
Harpo? Who them people? Who them people, Harpo? I don't know them people, Harpo.
Oh, yes, sir, man. Did you have a good weekend? We had you and I got drunk on Friday night. We drank on Friday night.
Now, why you gonna go and lie to these people first thing on Monday morning? You gonna go and lie to
those of you that desire to see whether or not I'm telling the truth, all you got to do is go to Remand After Dark and notice we don't actually drink on stage, but if you see clowning
He
me.
don't drink on stage. He don't drink on stage. He just don't. He don't want y'all to see it. That's all.
I don't
He
drink.
he had some of that. He had some of that Club Shay Shay stuff, yo.
That some of that club shade. We want you guys to go back and look at it's Friday night. I want to say 10 o'clock. No, it wasn't that late.
No, it's 8.
It
It's
was
8.
8 o'clock. We
It's
made
8.
that talk 8 o'clock on Friday night. We had a ball.
You know you got a bedtime. You know you got. You know you was up past your bedtime. You know your bedtime is 7:30. So you was up past your bedtime Friday.
I was up past my bedtime. Listen, there's no shame in my game. He trying to clown me on my podcast, but there's no shame in my game. I go to bed early, very, very early, because I'm up early. I'm up very, very early, and I've got to get a certain amount of sleep. Why am I explaining to Leroy why I'm up early in the day? Keith, what's happening, man? Good to see you, my guy. That all is well.
Yeah. But truth be told,
Lala
your
said it
sleep
was
is
10
very
p.m.
important, man.
Lala said it was 10 p.m. It was 10 p.m.
Was it that late?
Yes, bro.
I know what we did. I know what we did yesterday with Brian was at 8. But I thought
It
what we
was
did.
10
I thought the
o'clock.
after. Okay,
Lala's
okay,
right. It was 10
okay,
o'clock.
okay. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Well, it was even more past your bedtime then. You
yeah,
know what
yeah.
I'm
So
saying?
I mean, put some respect on my name, bro. Don't come for me like I would like. Yeah. Don't come for me. My son, my oldest son, is with us today. Kishad Brent.
Oh, yeah.
He is just like me in so many. He's Donald Morton 2.0 in so many ways. Both of my sons are stubborn, wise, very smart. They're smarter than I am at the age that I was. Both of them are doing incredibly well. My son is in healthcare administration. Hunter he's DJ extraordinaire, one of the best that has ever done it, won thousands of dollars in DJing. Those are some brilliant kids I got, man. My daughter is vice president of a bank. Yeah, I've done pretty well, man. My kids have proven me to be, showing me to be wiser than I actually am. They are really killing the game. I'm really, really proud. Really proud of them.
And that's important, man.
Yeah.
You know, real quick. I think it's really important that we as kids, I know for me personally, it was always to make my mother and father proud. That was the name of the game. It was to live up to their expectation, live up to their name, because I represented them. And you always, I know you always tease me, mess with me about my name and why I say my name, but that's what I carry with me. That I take that to heart.
Yeah,
Really,
yeah.
I seriously take that to heart, and I try to do everything that represents them well. When people can come up to my mother and they say, "Oh, Leroy is your son? Oh
Yeah.
man, he's a great young man." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
those are things that you I know that I live for and want to be able to have.
Without
you know
question.
what I'm saying?
Without question.
Yeah.
Lala says,
That's good
and
stuff.
good morning. Don't you hate when people don't speak first? Lala, so first of all, you coming in
She
hot.
walked in our house. She
You
walked in our room.
walked in our house. and the reason why I didn't say good morning is it's afternoon. So can you at least know what time of day it is before you get smart? She says, oh, she's apologizing. Oh, so let me apologize because I was coming for you. So you were apologizing because you didn't say good morning. Okay, I've received your apology. And I
Good morning.
apologize for not really understanding what you were saying. Charge it to my head and not to my heart. Leroy is always the belligerent one. I'm the kind one here of this duo.
Hey, I'm the Peter of the bunch. I cut your ear off. I cut your hair.
Peter, he's the Peter of the bunch. Peter cut an ear off. Two C's. Peter did. Peter cut an ear off, and he cussed like a sailor. Leroy meets both of those things. He cuts ears.
you
Is like the sailor.
you know Peter was that one that cussed everybody out.
Yeah, Peter, like, hey, don't you hang with Jesus? Nah, man, I don't know him.
I don't know.
I don't know him. Then somebody else, hey, my man, I don't know him. That's
like Trump said, I don't know who he is. I ain't never heard of him before.
That's probably how some of y'all act with me. Like, you know Donald Morton? I don't know him.
I don't know. But I saw a picture on Facebook on your page with her. I don't know him.
I don't know him.
I don't know him.
Yeah, I don't know him. Yeah, and I'm okay with that. Do me a favor, y'all. Send this to everybody that you know. Add some people in the comments. Share it. We want to boost the numbers. We changed to 12 o'clock so that you guys would have access to it even if you're at work. Take lunch break. You don't need a full cheesesteak. Get half a cheesesteak and get a little bottle of, get a little can of Sprite, little 6 ounce can of Sprite, and then come on back. Let's have lunch together and let's kind of do it that way. Leroy, our weekend was good. Both you and I got drunk. We did the Grown Man podcast. Leroy was so drunk, he don't even remember the time. He don't remember the time. My wife has to share. No, it wasn't 8 o'clock. I thought it was 10 o'clock because I got up from the bed. She said, where you going? I said, Leroy and I are going to do a podcast. She said, that's a little sneaky link. It feels a little sneaky linkish. Yeah. So it was a great podcast. We had a whole lot of fun. And I really want you guys to go look at it because I want you to tell us whether or not it's something that we should do again or whether we should just kind of leave it alone. Let us know about that. Leroy, look like you want to say something, bro.
No, I'm listening, bro. I'm
okay.
Good.
So also before we get started, let me make sure that all of you understand the Heart and Soul of a Man is coming up. And we need you to get your tickets. We need you to get your tickets for the Heart and Soul of a Man. When is it, Donald? October the 19th, 2024 in Atlanta, Georgia. In Atlanta, Georgia, it's going to be a phenomenal time. Celebration of Black males, hearing from individuals whose lives have changed since they've been a part of Remain. Our keynote is almost locked in. I talked with them earlier today and late last week, just waiting for the final okay. You're going to be amazed at who it is. Phenomenal. And a non-traditional choice. And there's a reason for that. Yeah, non-traditional choice. It is an non-traditional choice. Going to be really phenomenal. And so get your tickets going to www.remandgala.com. That's www.remandgala.com. If you are out of state, you're not in Atlanta. I don't know why you're not. This is the greatest place on earth. Love Atlanta, Georgia, right? But if you're not here, if you're in a place nobody knows about, like say Baltimore, something like that, then we have hotel accommodations as well for you to be able to come in, enjoy yourself. I know that Dwight Robinson said he's coming in early so that he can enjoy the sights. The home of the King Center is here. The home of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is here. I've toured it before. It's just Slutty Vegan is here. It's the home of entrepreneurial Black excellence. Just a phenomenal spot. So we want you to come in, show up for the gala, The new Black Wall Street is here. There are a number of different attractions. If you are into amusement parks, Six Flags is here. Hey, Leroy, this is the place. Leroy, didn't you tell me maybe a couple of weeks ago that Magic City is here? Something like Magic City. Magic City is here.
Yeah, don't act like you don't know what Magic City is, boy. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you don't know Magic City now, huh?
I don't know Magic City. I've never been to
Don't let me get Diamond on the phone.
Hey, P, I don't know nothing about Magic City. Leroy told me about Magic City. And you know, I just want to put it in context for many of you. Magic City is a strip place, right? It's a strip place here in Atlanta.
No, let's dress that up. It's a gentleman's club.
It's a strip place here in Atlanta. Yeah. Look at Lala. He better not. Lala is the one that he pointed it out to me. Hey, babe, there go Magic City. That's just not my thing.
Hey, Marlon, and he said, "What? What's Magic City? What you mean, Magic City?
Whatever do you speak of?
Me? What? Pray tell? A Magic City? What do we mean by that?
Magic City? Keisha said, I'm sure they have wonderful magicians. Absolutely, bro. Right.
Oh man.
They have magicians that you can hire for parties. You know, they do, I'm sure they do like balloon animals and things of that nature.
And they make your money disappear.
They make your money disappear. Yeah. Oh my God. Magicians. Oh my God. So listen, man, I'm all off topic. So listen to me. You can't don't come and get yourself in trouble. Go to Magic City. Don't do that. But you can come. There are a number of different sites. And I'm going to ask my wife, I'm asking her publicly because she won't say no publicly. I'm asking her to just kind of create some sites that we can send out, Leroy, to those that register.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah, these are things that I can do in town so that I don't, you know, I can come in on a Friday, leave on a Sunday.
Right, leave on Sunday.
Saturday, yeah, I can enjoy myself while I'm there. So if you guys have not gotten your ticket, go to www.remangala.com. You can get an individual ticket, you can get a VIP ticket, and guess what? You can purchase an entire table. Now, it's not really about the gala. It's about the work that we're doing. It's not really about the gala. It's about the work that we're doing. And I'm looking forward to gathering, hanging out, and then enjoying everyone hearing about the work, hearing about our agenda and plan that we have as Black men that we are going to approach whoever wins the election. I have an idea of who I think should be in office. So does Leroy. But we're not going to tell you who to vote for. That's not my job. My job is to tell you that I think whoever we vote for needs to consider the needs of adult Black men, and that needs to be at the top of, listen to me, every brother's mind, but it also needs to be at the top of every sister's mind. Can I tell you, sisters, that when brothers are better, your life is better. Your life is easier. When brothers are better, your life is better. Your life is easier. So I would really ask that you guys get your ticket. We got 30 days because we know that it's going to sell out in the next 30 days. By the end of August, all tickets will be gone. And we want to make sure that you get your ticket, either a single ticket, a general admission ticket, a VIP ticket, or if you are paid like my son is, get an entire table, bring your entire family. If you run an organization, then you can do the same. Also, finally, Leroy, why don't you um, talk a bit about partnership, that if you're a corporation and business, you can partner with us at different levels and be able to support the work that we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely are looking for partnerships to be able to join with us in this the fight that we have, or the plight that we have as an organization for the for the issues that we address. And all of those issues will be talked about. They're going to be talked about from now through and to through the gala. But if you're, we have different packages, as Donald mentioned. We have all the way from our platinum level all the way down to our initial bronze level, I believe what we call it. And those partnerships mean the world to us because we're introducing ourselves to not just the city of Atlanta, but Georgia. And I know Donald has mentioned it time before that Remain is located, actually located in Georgia now. It's home base is in Georgia where he is.
Absolutely.
So it is now one of our one of our visions is to make known the organization in that area down there. And so if you are in the Georgia area, you don't even have to be in the Georgia area to be a partner with us. You can
Yeah.
go to the same website, www.remaingala.com. There is we have a spot on there for partners. If you desire to be a partner, you can for sure join us there with the partnership packages. We will send you actually the whole packet. What the packet includes, what it entails, all of that information can be sent to us. You can DM me. In regards to that, we will be more than happy to speak with you personally, individually, which is what we want to do, so that we can talk about our vision. We can talk about your vision and how we connect and can make what we do better. So just connect with us, and we'll be able to send that information out to you.
Absolutely, man. Looking forward to seeing you guys here in Hotlanta in October the 19th, 2024. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. And I am just uber excited about it. Um, so today's podcast, this is really what I wanted to just kind of talk about, kind of the unseen, Leroy, issues that we genuinely need to discuss. Um, I'd like to kind of begin by sharing that one of the most ignored success strategies that will not only help you to acquire success, but sustain success is character. There is no more important element of your life that will cause you to not just acquire success, but also maintain success than character. And the reason why that's important is there are usually, Leroy, three types of guys that come to us and talk to us and want to work with us. So they're working around helping to develop their businesses, working around marriage and family, and working around their personal lives, and being able to master it all, right? Being able to make sure that at the end of the day, this crest can be worn and can be worn proudly, that they are individuals who are on this journey to master it all. Not to, and I saw your podcast earlier today. If you guys have not seen it, you need to go back and look at Leroy's podcast, because he talked about mastery. And it was an important podcast to hear. He talked about business mastery and those kinds of things. I want to talk about the key to mastery, right? I want to talk about the key to mastery, and the key to mastery is absolutely, y'all didn't tell me that I didn't switch over to what I should be having on here. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Why y'all ain't tell me that I ain't got the right backdrop on here? I ain't had a grown man podcast. I had 5 Years Strong. Both of them are good, but this is the grown man podcast, and I needed to have us on the couch so that we can talk. By the way, get off the couch this election cycle. You can't sit on the couch this election cycle. Yeah, you better vote for somebody. You need to participate. Now, Leroy, character is one of those issues that no one seemingly is able to connect the dots, right? No one can seemingly say that character is connected to success, or character is connected to family success, business success, life success. And so we often talk about skill sets and learning and all those kinds of things that are important. But today I'd like to just really talk about, in order to be a savage leader, like a leader that is committed, a leader that's strong, a savage leader, character commands business, family, and life. Like, in order to be a savage leader, you got to have character, because character commands business. Character commands family, and character commands life. Like you cannot not just obtain success, but sustain and maintain success at a high level unless you have character. So what I'd like to do first, Leroy, is let's just kind of give a working definition for character, because one of the first mistakes that people make, bruh, is when they think about character, they're thinking about character in ways that they're talking about integrity and ethics. And while that is not incorrect, bruh, that is incomplete. Right? Character is not just integrity. It's not just ethics. It includes integrity, it includes ethics, but character has 6 sides to it. It has 6 sides. What is a 6-sided thing called, Leroy? Is that a hexagon?
No, it's a pentagon, isn't it?
Pentagon is 5.
5. Yeah, I think you're right then.
Is hexagon 6?
No, I thought hex was 8, but I'm not. Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Is 8. Octagon is 8.
Oh, okay. Then it might be a hexagon. Then it might be hexagon.
Somebody tell me who's right, and somebody
Google that real quick. Somebody Google that real quick.
Yeah, somebody Google that, and somebody also Google, what HBCU did you go to, Leroy?
University of Maryland, Eastern Shore.
Somebody contact the University of Maryland, Eastern Shore, and ask them why their graduate is on here.
I ain't used the word "what's the 6-sided" at one time in my life down there, and this is probably the first time since high school that was even brought up.
Somebody contact the University of Maryland, Eastern Shore.
Got stuff that I ain't used since college. You asked me, said, what's the 6-sided? I know the Pentagon, that's down in DC. I know that's down there. Dagnabbit.
So I have one of the things that I've heard Steve Jobs talk about is the fact that connecting the dots is not always able to be effectively done futuristically, but it can always be done historically. So when I look back over my life, Leroy, what I have noticed, and we're going to give the definition for character, but what I have noticed is at every stage of my life, what has gotten me out of the pits of my life is a sense of character, right? And so for those of you that are watching, Leroy, give me your perspective about just the topic so far, and then I'm gonna put something up real quick.
No, because I really do, like you said, I think it's a great topic, and it's one that isn't character isn't talked about enough in this day and time that we're in. People have had, to me, people have thrown character to the side. When you look at social media, when you look at business and industry, when you look at politics, when you look at all of these different things in corporate America, character is something that is lost. We've
Yes,
lost it for the
yes,
most part. I mean, there's some of us that do operate in character. I don't want
yes,
to say that, but for
yes,
the most part, it is lost. And I think I think the more I think of it, I think of character. When I think of character, I think of morality. I think of who you
mm,
are
mm,
inside of
mm,
inside the inside person. As we always talk about your core. You know,
yes,
do you do you care about yourself? You
yes,
know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that lack character, don't care about themselves,
yes,
or the other side of that, they only care about themselves. You
yes,
know, so
yes.
that kind of goes both ways with that. But but it's crazy, and I think that our society needs a character check.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
really does.
yeah.
It needs
Somebody
it
put
needs a
that in the
character check.
chat. Our society needs. What's up, Hightower? Good to see you, man. Our society needs a character check. Our
Yeah.
society needs a character check. So I want to take what Leroy said, and I really kind of like to kind of manage that, right? And bring you guys a an up-to-date revelation of what character is. And I will tell you that one of the reasons why you are not succeeding in life, succeeding in business, succeeding in family, one of the reasons why your wife won't sleep with you,
Mm.
love to you,
Ooh, ooh, you
the
just cut
reason,
somebody real deep.
yeah, yeah, I'm going right for the juggler. We only got a little bit of time. I'm coming right for the juggler. Guard your neck, guard your neck. I'm coming, guard your neck, right? I'm coming. The reason why she won't sleep with you and make love to you is because you don't have any character.
Boom.
Let me just turn this way and
Yeah, yeah.
let that
Let that
sit in.
marinate. Yeah,
Let-
let that marinate for a minute.
And for many people who are watching Leroy, they say, I can't even draw that connection, Donald. I can't draw that connection between having character. Gerald Hightower said, "You're cutting deep, Shrek. You're cutting deep." There are many people who can't draw the connection between character and making love to your wife, character and having a great business,
Mm,
making money. You can't draw the connection. But I'm going to help you draw the connection. I'm going to help you to see that the only place that you can master this reality of character that gives you the fuel to really command business, family, and life is remain. So let me tell you up front, this podcast is dedicated to getting you to understand the work that we do, why we do the work, and how you need to be a part of that work so that you can master your business, so that you can have a command of your marriage, not command your marriage, have a command of your marriage and your personal life. So Gerald Hightower says, so good character keeps the cookie shop open. It does.
mm.
It does. And bad character closes the cookie shop. Leroy, I was on I'm coming to the definition in a moment, y'all. I was on a podcast recently with our good friend Greg Bloomfield and his lovely wife Zenja, right? And Dwight Robinson said, "Good afternoon, Kings. I was in you were in the community." Okay, okay. And yeah, I can't see those up here, Dwight. So I'm glad that you're here, bro. I'm glad that you're on my personal page. One of the things that my wife said, because they asked her, uh, my wife and I have been married before, and now we're married to one another. And They asked her, what's different about Donald? And she said, now I'm gonna share some things with y'all. Don't trip. This is the Grown Man Podcast. This is not the Grown Man Podcast After Dark. This is not Remand After Dark. But this is the Grown Man Podcast where we talk about real man shit, right? And not the cookie cutter podcast, the candy, the candy. What is the cotton candy podcast?
Cotton Candy Podcast.
4 blocks down, make a left, look for the green awning. That's where that podcast is. Did I say that right, Leroy?
Yes, sir. 4 blocks down, make a left, look
Yeah.
for the green awning.
Yeah, that's where that podcast is. Here we talk real life stuff. And a part of what my wife said was, she said on the podcast, and I want her to correct me if I say something wrong, but she said on the podcast, what made me, she said, I've never met a man like that. He's open, he's transparent, he's truthful, he's honest. And that has helped to grow me as a woman. Right. So now this is a part, if you got kids around, just kind of plug your ears. Here's Lala and I have a healthy sex life. I enjoy making love to my wife. My wife enjoys, I think she would have to put it in the chat. Leroy.
She ain't putting that in the chat.
What if
She is not putting that in the chat, bro. She is not putting that in the chat.
What if she say, yeah, that ain't true? What if she say, yeah, that's not true, right? We have a healthy sex life. And that's as far as I will say with that. But I will tell you, what would rob us of a healthy sex life is if she were married to me as a man who she could not describe in the way that she described it a moment ago, that I described to you that she said a moment ago. A man of transparency. Intimacy is not sexual, brothers. Intimacy is not sexual, right? So being able to connect with my wife in a way that is transparent and honest and open, and being able to have conversations that are incredibly difficult conversations, even breed trust and intimacy in a way that leads to the bedroom, being able to rock out in the bedroom. And so what guys don't understand is how all of that connects to a woman being able to be available to you. not just give you lazy booty. Y'all know what lazy booty is? Yeah, this probably should be Remand After Dark. Have y'all heard the term lazy booty? Gerald Hightower says, suddenly I'm not grown enough for this conversation.
How he gonna say that? How he gonna say that to all people?
He's not married yet, so he's like, yeah, I don't know whether I need to add.
Well, I'm talking about what he does. I'm talking about what he does. I'm talking about what he does.
He's the relationship king. He's the relationship king, right? So what guys don't understand, Leroy, is how character, gentlemen and ladies, is not just telling the truth. It's not just being honest. Mm-hmm. It's not just being moral. All of us know a man who you can trust to be honest, and who you can trust to be moral. You can trust that he'll never steal from you. But that is still only 1/6 of what it means to be a man of character. That is a very small percentage of what it means to be a man of character. So what I want to do is I want to give you a working definition for character, and then I'd like to talk it through with Leroy. This is what character is. Y'all write this down. This is character. When we talk about character, we talk about character as the capacity to meet, to face, and to overcome adverse reality. Character, according to Leroy, which is a powerful point, character is who you are at your core. It is at your core's ability to confront, to face, to overcome, to meet adverse reality. So character is not just about whether or not you can tell the truth. This is what it is, Leroy. Character is, can I tell the truth when faced with an adverse reality? Y'all see the difference? Can you tell the truth when it's hot? When things ain't working out the way you want it to work out? Or are you going to resort to a lie as the present help in the time of trouble? What helps you get out of trouble? Is it, if you were faced with an adverse reality, do you lie? That is a part of it. Or do you tell the truth? So morality is a part of it. Ethicality is a part of it. My PVS, my personal values, is a part of it. But the greater question is, who are you in these other areas of character? And we're not going to go through those today. We'll go through those in another podcast at another time. Or if you just want to talk about it, say, hey, Donald, I just need to know why my business ain't necessarily working, or my family ain't necessarily working, why my wife ain't speaking to me. Like, I need to know that, and I can't wait. Then set up a time to be able to talk with me. So character is how you handle the adverse realities. How do you deal with them? How do you manage them? If character is this, Leroy, I want you to take it from here, man. Character is what comes out when you squeeze your core. It is what is in you when you squeeze your core. That's your character. Character, in its right term, when you develop good character, is certain things. But when you have bad character, all of it comes out when you're squeezing your core. When I'm working out, I'll hear my coach say, squeeze your core, because there's something about squeezing your core that creates balance, that creates the rest of your body working out in an optimum way. So character is about who you are at the innermost part of your being, and it's always going to come out in the most adverse of times. Leroy, can you talk about that a bit?
Well, I believe that our character, it gets revealed, like you said, when we're faced with situations and circumstances that are either show us at our best or show us at our worst. I think that to me, you can't fake character. It's going to come out. Like you said, it's going to come out eventually.
Yes.
You know how people say, well, and that was one of the things I think why Steve Harvey talked about that 90-day rule.
Yes.
Because you can only fake something for so long.
Yes.
For a certain amount of time. Yes. Before the true you starts to show. Because like you said, it squeezes on who you are. You can't be that fake person all the time.
Yes.
So it's gonna show. And it's gonna show when you're faced with different situations.
Absolutely.
You know, who are you choosing to be? And some people try to say, well, that's not me. Well, if that that keeps showing up,
bruh. No. Oh, that's so good. Can I get you brothers to remove this phrase from your vocabulary?
Come on, bro. I know where you're going.
Right? When you say, I did that, but that's not me. That's not the real me. No. Remove that from your vocabulary. That is you. You did that. The version of you that showed up in that moment, that's you. You can't change it if you won't acknowledge it. You can't change it if you won't acknowledge it. So one of the things, Leroy, that I think brothers do wrong is we try to escape. Hey, Pastor Gene Ward, thank you for hanging out. Tremel Epps, thank you for hanging out. Ronnie James, thank you for hanging out. One of the things that we don't always want to acknowledge because we want to escape the reality.
Mm-hmm.
The reality is when you stole, when you cheated, when you lied, you did that. The version of you that is currently in this stage, you did that. The reason why that's important is because unless you're willing to acknowledge that, you won't change that. And if you won't change that, if you won't do the work to change that, you'll continue to see the results manifested that you are currently seeing. Go ahead, Leroy. I just needed to get that out.
No, but that's it, man. And we have to to me, and you tell me if I'm wrong here. We have to constantly, consistently be developing our character. We're not gonna be perfect. There are gonna be moments that we do things that we Paul said it in. He said, there are things that it's ever before me. There are things that I do that David said it too. There are things that I don't want to do. I don't wish to do, but I still do them because of where we are. It's not because of what my desire is to do better, to be better, and to have the right character. Our character should always be something that we're working on. If you think you got a perfect character, yeah.
So let me push a bit because I want to
Okay.
really have this dialogue, and I think you hit a point. I think words mean something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to push what a person may be hearing, and when I say I want to push that point in. But my wife says something that's just so powerful. First, Hightower said, Steve Harvey is crazy. Brothers can fake past 90 days to get the cookie.
True, absolutely.
I'm guilty. Right? He said, I'm guilty. So that is why, but that at least is a benchmark, because I think what Steve is saying is stop dropping your panties on night one. Like stop dropping your panties on night one. And my guy, stop slinging the stick on night one.
Right.
Like, because not only should a sister, and Leroy, you've said this before too, right? Not only should a sister be looking for character, but brothers, you should be looking for character too.
Woo! Bro, y'all better.
You are impregnating women that have no character. Then you wonder why you're in you're in child support court. You got these difficult relationships. She ain't speaking to you. You ain't speaking to her. She ain't letting you see your kids. No, that's who you slept with.
And then you want to fuss and call her crazy
because she looked good, because she fine. You threw character out the window.
Bro, can I add this real quick? I was watching, and I won't say the person's name, okay? Because I you know of her. I know you don't know her, but you know of her. And she's in that relationship realm, right? So she did this video, and she's speaking and she's talking, and she was saying, somebody asked her, would you rather have beauty? And I want to say character, but that might not have been the right word that she used, character. I can't remember, but for this sake, it was character, because it has to do with who you are on the inside. Yeah. And she said, which would you choose? And you know what she said? She said she would choose beauty. She said, because beauty always gets taken care of. I was like, wow, really?
Wow.
I said, wow. And so, you know me, bro. I can't. I had to put something. So I went over to YouTube and I found one of those. Everybody knows Kendra G and her show that she does interviewing. So this one particular one, she's interviewing this young lady, really pretty, but was one of the most fake people that you have ever seen. And you could tell, because she was doing the Real Housewives of Atlanta type thing. You could tell she was putting on this facade, right? Saying, trying to be this, that, and the other. And so I took the link, and I copied the link and put it as a one of the comment on that video that the young lady did. And I said, this is what you get when you choose beauty over character. You
Yeah,
get people that may be physically attractive,
yeah, yeah,
but they're ugly on the inside.
yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah,
ugly on the inside.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I said, most men don't want that. Yeah, you can be attractive on the outside, but you can be trash on the inside.
And brothers, this is something that I have found about brothers too. They'll play with you.
Yep, exactly. Yep,
Yeah, they'll play with you.
yep.
But even inside a marriage, if you are ugly on the inside, I don't care how
Mm,
fine you are on the outside.
yep.
I can't mess with you as it relates to sex. Like being sexual requires an intimacy that can only be birthed and emerges from character. Like you, if
Yes.
you don't, if you pretty, but your mouth is foul and you talking to me crazy and you don't keep your word, like, yeah, I'm cool on you. I'm cool on you because here's a deal. Let's be clear about this. Beauty's a dime a dozen. You can find that.
Hmm.
And beauty is in the eyes of the beholder.
For sure.
So you can find that. I've seen some sisters that I would say, oh no. Like yeah,
As
I,
the Bible, as the Bible says, she was heavy on the eyes.
I'm like, no. And I've seen dudes that are enamored with her,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
right? I've seen sisters who are bad with brothers who are butt ugly. Because the truth is, there's something about character that makes you look,
True.
that makes you take a second look at a person,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So my wife says this, and I really want to address it. Leroy, she said, or we say, I don't know what made me act that way.
Mm. Mm.
What
Hmm.
made you act that way
Hmm.
is that's who you are. And we hear that. I remember working with the state of Delaware Department of Health and Social Services. And, inside Remand, we call it what it is. If a person lies, we call them a liar. Like, you a liar. And I remember working with a sister who said, Dr. Morton, that's probably not the best language. Like, that's just a person who lies. I said, what do you call a person who murdered?
Murderer.
A murderer. And what people hear is, if I call you a liar, what that makes you feel like is like I'm branding who you are. I am. I'm telling you that what you are doing is a reflection of who you are. Absolutely. What you are doing is a reflection of who you are. It doesn't mean you can't change, but it does mean that you have to at first acknowledge, yeah, in my core, I got some stuff going on that I really need to, what we do, Leroy, we uproot that stuff. We uproot that stuff, get it away from you, and rebuild the inner part of you so that you can no longer be known as a liar. You can be known as a man of integrity and character because you tell the truth. So it begins with being honest with regard to who you are and how you've been functioning. If you are going to be the kind of leader that commands business, family, and life, you have to, defense mechanism, bad coping strategy. My wife said it. She said, I don't know what made me act like that. Crazy in, crazy out. Yeah. So what brothers don't realize, Leroy, and we can talk about sisters at another time, right? But what brothers don't realize is sisters are beginning to wake up and say, yeah, your money is good, but I need a little more than that. I need a man with some sense. Have you been hearing that? I've been seeing that a lot more.
Well,
Sisters who have been saying,
well,
I need a
well,
man with substance too.
I'll put it like this, bro. I always remember the conversations that my buddy and I we used to have when we were in college, right? These conversations that are being had today aren't anything new to me because they're ones that we were had, just weren't out in public and everything like that. But what I think, and the young ladies that are our age that were back then too, that were in their 20s and 30s, they were in their 20s back then, and then out of school in their 30s, said the same things. No, the brothers got to get themselves together. The brothers got to get, and brothers said the same thing on the other side. So what I'm hearing to me isn't anything new. I think what I'm seeing is the next generation that is going through the same thing that we went through when we were that age, saying the same things. And I guess that comes with age, and that comes with getting older. Is you see the next generation, and because you remember when your uncles and all them used to tell you about the things that they went through. Like, why are they always talking about back in the day when we were this and when we were that? And that's what we see and what we hear today too, is I think talking about those same things, those same issues, what they want. Now, I think there's a little different because every generation is going to be a little different. You know what I'm saying? But I think the true core of what they talk about are the same things. They
Yeah,
sisters,
I
I
agree with
think.
that. Here's what I'm saying though. There is a great awakening happening where
Okay, okay.
sisters are recognizing because they got their own money now. Sisters are
Hmm.
recognizing what I want in a relationship is
Hmm.
far more
Hmm.
substantive in a man than me just checking for what your pockets can offer me.
Well,
Right?
okay, and I agree with that. I agree with that to a certain extent, but you also have, to me, you have that wrapped around some that have the narrative. Some sisters that say, "Well, I want to be taken care of."
Yeah, but
So
I'm not
I'm
going to.
gonna, I'm gonna.
Here's my
Well,
point.
no, I got you.
This
I'm
is
gonna
what I need brothers
sacrifice.
to hear. This is what I need
Mm,
brothers to hear. It's important that brothers hear this. The way that you laid pipe and the amount of money that you make is no longer enough. If you are going to have a lasting relationship, right? More than what you have had in times past, where you could just throw a couple dollars around or you could just lay pipe real good, that's no longer enough. You're going to have a substantive, you have to have something of substance on the inside of you if you are going to expect a lasting relationship with some of these high quality sisters. Now you can get coochie out there all day, you can get that. Right, Lala said it, specifically said by women who make their own money. I got my own money, I don't need
mm.
that from you. What I need is a man. I've heard sister after sister as of late say, "Can you keep your word? Can I rely on you? Can I talk to you? Can you hold space? Are you emotionally intelligent enough to be able to be in relationship with a woman who has all these other things going on? I got career, I got money." So that no longer impresses some of these sisters out here. They got all of that. I've talked with G, who is the relationship guru, and he has said it to me. He said, "Hey man, these sisters out here now, they're working hard, they CEO status, they got their own money, and they are still challenged with relationship because of what they really need and require in relationship is not money." And that is the thing that we are used to coming to the table with. We're used to coming to the table with money and sex and all of those kinds of things. A sister, you can blow her back out, you can go through all of that, and you can throw money at you. You can. Sister say, "Okay, now what though? Because I got two things. I got my own job, I got a bunch of money, and I got the rose. What else do you bring to relationship? I'm not talking about bring to the table, all that nomenclatures that we have heard. I'm talking about bringing brothers up to do the emotional work in the same way that I think the brother's name is Kip and Kitty are talking about now on those different podcasts, right? That you got to bring something of substance today. And what is causing relationships to break is because in our context, brothers have the responsibility of showing up very, very differently and understanding what else they can bring and add value to relationships other than them working 80 hours, making some money, bringing it home, and she's still looking at you like, but we ain't connected though. We're not connected though. And I need brothers to understand the value that you bring to relationship is the maturity value. So let's if y'all can give us 15 minutes, type a 1 in the chat if you can give us 15 minutes. Because I'm going back to Leroy. Give us 15 minutes if you can, type a 1 in the chat. If your lunch period is over, put us in your ears. Put us in your ears. Don't rob that man of his money though. He paying you. Okay, Michelle Hall says 1. Hightower says 1. Okay, great. Thank y'all. Leroy, so my point is simply preparing men to offer something of substance beyond what we have been traditionally been willing to offer. In fact, I would argue that in today's society, money is kind of the least. It's important. You got to be able to show up. Character produces that so that you can show up. But what I'm saying is that any male can throw money around. Any male can take you out to dinner. He can wine and dine you. But sisters are finding themselves like, oh my God, like there are brothers that are beating their women and women staying because he got money. There are brothers that are lying and cheating on their women and sisters just trying to find a way of escape. Bruh, in this society, you got to offer a little bit more. You got to be a man of substance. You can get her without being a man of substance, but you can't keep her without it. You can get her. You can get her because you laid the pipe, but you can't keep her. After a while, she's not digmatized anymore. Did I say that? Can we say that? Lever, I apologize, man. That just came up. Go ahead. Let me turn it over to you because I feel like I'm very good out of pocket. So
no, but I mean everything that you said is accurate, and we have to instead of telling, well, here we were about the brothers raising their standard. That's what it is.
Absolutely.
We're about what we do. Just like we talk about the two aspects of Remain, we talk about the for-profit, which is for the C-suite guy, but we also talk about what those institutions and those organizations that are projecting on those adverse realities for men. We address the both that need to be addressed, and we address both of them. And here, but before we address the institutions, we address the man. And that's what we're dealing here. Before 100%. We deal with the women,
100%,
we're addressing the men.
100%.
And we have to have character.
100%.
Because as you said earlier, when we address our character, we shift the whole community.
Yes.
We make the needle move.
Yes.
And the question is, which way do we want the needle to move? Do we want it to move forward? Do we want it to be still? Or are we going to allow the needle to move back? That's what we have to decide as Black men.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the way that we move us forward is that one word that Donald put in here today is character.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%.
When you
One.
move in character, yeah, when you move in character, you move yourself as an individual, you move families, you move your business, you move a community.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, let's make sure that everybody understands when we talk about character, we're not just talking about you're a guy that tells the truth.
Right,
That's
right.
not what we're talking about. When we talk about character, we're talking about this. Character is the capacity to meet, face, and overcome the adverse reality. So your wife is tired of you hollering at her, bro. Your wife is tired of you cussing her out. I remember my wife and I were in an argument and I was raising my voice and I stood up and she said to me, Leroy, she said, "Hey, I don't do well with men that stand over top of me."
Mhm.
I wasn't even thinking like that. I'm like,
Right.
I'm huffing, like, what? And you know, my wife is very soft. She's soft all the time, right? And sometimes, like Lala knows how to be soft and cuss you out at the same time. She knows how to. Donald,
she done cut you and you don't even know
I
it.
don't even know I'm bleeding. Donald, you better sit your ass down, Donald. Right, Donald, you better sit your ass down. So the tools that were given to us by brothers before us, like the color purple, beat her. No, bro. No. Cuss her out. No. Keep her in check.
Right, right.
Owners, right?
You ain't got your woman in check.
You ain't got your woman in check, right? So you're going to have to develop some other skills. Lala said another example of leading in the home. Babe, tell me what you mean by that when you say another example of leading in the home. My wife said, good point, LJ.
Oh,
White says, E.T. gave a great talk on character, blew me away. Hightower says, bruh, I'm glad Lala was merciful because you still here. You still here with us. You still here with us. So what makes a man is his character. It's not whether or not you 6 foot. It's not how much
tell the
money.
sisters, tell the sisters that, please. Bruh, I can't even tell you that has been like, remember I told you about back in the day with me and my buddy talk. That has been a thing since I was in college,
Yeah,
bruh.
yeah,
Since you were
yeah,
in college,
yeah,
that's been a thing.
yeah, absolutely. Tall guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I for me, what makes a man a real man. And then I'm gonna tell you guys that we got 6 minutes. I'm gonna tell you guys the 3 types of guys that we deal with, and if you are one. But before I go there, let me show you guys this so that you can actually be a part of what we're talking about here. There it is, y'all. Can y'all see that? The heart and soul of a man. There's the gala. Uh,
I don't see anything
you don't
on that,
see
bruh.
anything? Do you guys see
I
anything?
don't. Oh. Yeah, good. See, mine is blank. Mine is there. Okay, there
Is
it
it
is
up now?
now. There it
Okay,
is
great.
now. Okay.
So the heart
Yeah,
and
it's up
soul of a
there now.
man,
Yeah.
we want each of you to make sure that you get your gala tickets. Um, and it's going to be a phenomenal time. Leroy, let me know whether or not this scrolls up. Tell me if it scrolls up or if it's not. Is it scrolling at all?
Nah, it's still
Still
staying
stands still.
still.
Okay. But you'll be able to get general admission. You'll be able to get a full table. You'll be able to get VIP admission, and you'll be able to also. It's scrolling on mine.
Well, I think because yours is the master thing, so it's gonna
No,
deem like
it's
made up
scrolling
that
on
way.
what I
Everybody else,
see.
yeah, mine hasn't. At least I don't see it doing anything yet.
Let me see. Nope, it ain't moving on. Okay, all right. So I just want you guys to get your tickets for the Reman Gala. It's going to be a phenomenal time. Okay. There are three kinds of guys that we deal with, and if you're interested in hollering at us, I need you to go to. Let's see. Let's see what Wifey says. Wifey says, having good character is a way for a husband to lead by example. We think leadership is telling your family what to do. And it's not. She is so right. I've tried it both ways. I've been divorced before. It doesn't work. So my job with my wife, I am absolutely in love with my wife, and the job that I have with my wife is to provide an example, not to try to own her or her decisions. Is to provide an example. Character commands the room. It's very difficult for your lady to trust your leadership when you are not a man of integrity, as Leroy was talking about. Integrity is a word that means whole. It means perfect. So the word perfect doesn't mean without flaw. The word perfect means whole. Like I'm mature. And I can actually reach that place. Otherwise, it would be wrong of God to tell me to be whole, from whole. When it says the Lord your God is one, one means whole. Doesn't mean the one Lord, one faith, one baptism, Marla. It means the Lord is whole. And I think what we're made in his image, after his likeness, what he's after is us being whole. Brothers, your old toolbox doesn't work. The tools of your old toolbox doesn't work. Raising your voice, walking out, cheating on her, withhold money. You got to bring something else. You should evolve. You should become better. Leroy. So here are the three guys that we work with, and these are the only three guys that we work with. So if you don't fall in any of these categories, you automatically are disqualified. Here's guy number one. You know that there's more in you. You know you've not come close to reaching your full potential. Number two, you're a guy who gets caught in a cycle. You get so far only to have something happen in life that knock you back off your square. You in this dance. Get so far, something happens, knock you back off your square. Get so far, something happens, knock you back off your square. Lala said my sound is choppy. Can you guys hear it? Leroy, can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound fine to me. I haven't heard any choppy.
It's her. It's her phone.
On this end.
It's her phone. Yeah. And then lastly, the guy who has reached monumental levels of success, only to have it taken away because of decisions that you've made and character problems that you've experienced. Michelle Hall said choppy too. So I don't know what it is. Okay, so we're going to end. If you are a man and you've not reached your full potential, if you're a man who is in this delicate dance between back and forth, you get so far. it was choppy briefly. Okay, thank you, Dwight. Thank you, bro. Or if you're a man that you've reached success and then have the rug pulled out from under you because you don't have character. Those are character issues. And it doesn't matter what business you're in. Those are character issues. You can be a CEO, you can be an entrepreneur, you can be a husband. If that is the thing that you're in, if you recognize, you know what, there's more to it than this, and I've got to find a way, I'd like you to talk to me. If you find yourself in this back and forth, get so far only to get knocked off your square, I want to talk with you. And if you're a man for real, you're a CEO, you had significant success, nobody can tell you anything until that day where you lose it all, I want to talk to you. Because the truth is, each of those things are character issues. And I want to do my best to help you.
Think you got it all till you meet Donald
I
Morton.
think you got it all till you meet Donald Morton. Yeah, absolutely. And here's the deal. I'm glad Leroy said that, because here's the deal. You have to qualify to work with me. Everybody ain't qualified to work with me. Everybody's not worthy of my time. I want to work with high performers like Leroy McKenzie Jr., like Dwight Robinson, like Gerald Hightower, like Bucci O, like Walter Sellers. Like I'm interested in working with guys that are about it. Because when you stand before me and you come into the brotherhood, it ain't pretty.
Bruh, when you stand two places that you'll find out where your character stands is when you stand in that brotherhood of remain, but when you stand in front of that ark will show you where your character is.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. Yeah.
The character arc does not lie.
It does not lie. Even if you do, it doesn't.
Right. It is not gonna lie to you. Trust and believe us. And we've got to understand that when we get back to character, we win.
Say that again, bro. Say that again, bro.
When we get back to character, we win. With everything that's going on, and you say this all the time, it ain't got nothing to do with what's outside here. Nothing.
That's right.
Character has to do with dealing with everything inside of you.
That's right. That's right. And let me say this, and then we're out of here. What you are seeing out here, though, money funny, change strange, marriage bad, children not talking to you, business can't get past a certain point. All that is the result of an inner reality. And that is the reason why you continue to try to fix all this out here and never get to the root of it and find yourself happening in the same cycle over and over again.
And bro, that real quick, that's why I think a lot of people thought that they had everything.
Yes.
For the pandemic, and then when they had to deal with themselves, because you got people that had everything you just named, they got all of that. But when the rubber met the road, they found out that they were the most unhappy men in the world.
Bruh. Dwight said facts. Facts. That pandemic.
you gotta say it like New Yorker. Facts.
That pandemic did not ruin your marriage. That pandemic exposed your marriage. language.
Exposed it. Come on, boy. You ain't never lied. Yes, sir.
It exposed it.
Yes,
So,
sir.
so I'm here to tell you, Leroy's here to tell you this one thing. No matter what it is that's going wrong, it's a result of an inner reality. And I know you don't like to hear that. I know there's somebody that you want to blame. I know there's somebody you want to blame. I'm just trying to keep it a buck with you. The good news is there's no one to blame. The bad news is there's no one to blame. The one that can fix it all is you.
Because nobody else coming to fix
Nobody else coming to fix it. And you can keep playing the game like, nah, Donald's got to be something else. It ain't my character. My character's good. Okay. 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 When you become one, whole, it comes from the word, integrity comes from the word integer, a whole number. When you become whole, you will see everything line up. But until you face that arc and figure out for real, oh, that's where I'm blowing it. Right there. That's where I'm blowing it. That's what the arc would do. The arc will make you tell the truth. Like, okay, you're right. I thought it was, but I see where I'm not. That arc is a beast.
It's a beast.
It's a beast.
It's bigger than the bear.
You might say, well, what is the arc? Come talk to your boy. It's a secret. It's a secret.
Yep.
There's only one woman in this entire world that knows the arc. One. Her
so
name
true.
is Marla Michelle Morton. Marla Michelle Morton knows that arc.
And she knows it very well.
It very well.
She knows it very. Yeah, absolutely.
But she's the only woman in this world that knows it. Right. So if you're ready to really deal with the areas that are impacting whether or not you master life, leadership, and legacy, whether or not you impact mastering life, family, and business, if you really want to be a businessman, Lala said that should be my key into the community. That girl,
you still don't get a key. You still don't get a key. You got the code, but you don't have the key.
Oh, you got the code, but you ain't got the
key. Slicky woo woo trying to get in the back door. No, we got the key on the back door too.
Absolutely. So, brothers, if you're watching, if you're a business owner, you're married, you got kids, we're talking to you. Because the truth of the matter is, the only way to really change this culture out here is to help you to master your business, your family, and your personal life. And we've developed a signature science that'll help you do just that. It's the only answer to the problems that we have. You're looking at a man, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., probably one of the smartest men I know. Even he had to face it. It wasn't pretty while he faces it. It's just not pretty.
It's never pretty. When we talk about the board, it's never pretty when we face it.
When you
it's not all pretty.
After you do that work, the board starts out one way, and it's a mess by the time you look at it when you're done. Look, Lala said, she laughed at it. She says, look at Dwight. Dwight says, sorry, not. Yo, our brothers are petty. So, brothers, we're standing by, ready to see whether or not you qualify to work with us. We've turned guys down who just weren't ready.
Yeah, because you gotta want this.
You gotta
This
want it.
I,
This is
I
hard
tell
work.
Donald all the time. Yeah, I know we gotta go, but I tell you all the time that everybody ain't built for this.
Yeah,
Everybody's not going to make it through this. Even if you say I'm ready, I want it.
yeah,
Everybody, you think
yeah,
you are.
yeah,
This is
yeah,
one of the hardest. This is one of
yeah,
the hardest things that you will ever face as a man. I
yeah.
promise you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we want to see whether or not you got what it takes. We are moving into a system, and I've not even talked with Leroy about this. We're moving into a system where you have to apply and have references because we want to know from somebody else that you're really going to stay with the process and do what's necessary. So, brothers, DM me, DM Leroy, DM Dwight, DM Gerald Hightower. These are members of Remand going through the process as we speak, becoming better men, better businessmen, better family men. Leroy is a much better father today than he was before he started this one. He is a much better
Yeah,
father.
to all 35 of my kids. You know what I'm
All
saying?
35 of his children. He is a much better. Leroy, why does this vein pop up every time I lie about your kids? Every time I lie about kids. Listen, y'all, we love y'all, we respect y'all, and we will see you the next time on the Grown Man Podcast. Talk soon.
The Remand Project is a coaching and consulting firm specializing in personal and leadership development for adult Black males, seeking to break the vicious cycle of missed potential so that they themselves transform their personal lives, their sense of leadership to their families, and their legacies that they want to leave for business and culture. We destroy this cycle on two fronts. We confront both the institution and the individual. We address the institution because, according to the statistics, Black males are under assault and are targeted for extinction in ways that their white counterparts are not. We are over incarcerated and undereducated. There are systems in place, political systems, media systems, and religious systems that serve as intentional, or some say unintentional, barriers to the Black male's advancement. As a result, we work to raise public awareness about issues confronting Black males, promote healthy and positive images about Black males, curate spaces to share information and resources about programs, services, and support for Black males, support knowledge creation and dissemination around these issues, and provide a forum for Black males to both speak and act for themselves. We address the individual Black male because we cannot avoid personal responsibility. We are now overmothered and underfathered. We make bad social choices, and we avoid responsibility for getting ourselves out from under the social plight that we face. We will develop the moral compass and character necessary to face the adverse realities that are faced in everyday life. We live by the premise that even that which is not our fault is still our responsibility. In 2019, we answered the call to transform the culture one man at a time. Our society, our families, and men in particular are in a state of crisis. And the goal of the Remand Project is to curate the largest, strongest, and dopest community of Black males in the entire world. We then create awareness and action against the institutional and individual impediments that exist against the foundation of our culture and overall society, which is the Black male.